Hey everyone, and welcome to this video about the Crystallized Omniscience Onyx Amulet. This is a very rare drop from the start of Sentinel League from the Searing Exarch. So this amulet is very unique and very interesting. I'm pretty sure you know all about it since you clicked on this video. So the stuff I'll cover here is how it works, the basics, how many omniscience you need, how much is enough, and just the basics of when you can start using it, what it's good for, and stuff like that. So just to go over the amulet is the attribute modifiers applied to omniscience. You get +1 to all elemental resistances for every 10 omniscience, penetrate 1% of elemental resistances per 10 omniscience, and then your attributes can be satisfied by a value of your omniscience. So this can roll between 15 and 25. My honest opinion is if you have issues satisfying your attributes, even if it's 20 or 25 omniscience, you probably are not min-maxing the omniscience amulet enough. But if you want to use it just for basic penetration, don't want to scale omniscience as in make an omniscience centered build, just divine it or buy one that's lower value. I'll go through on POB to show you on Path of Building exactly how to determine whether your gear is sufficient to equip this and all of that. I'll not go into my build too much for this. I'm currently using Tornado Shot, and I'll link a video on a card here at top if you're interested to check out my build, and then yeah, I'll go over that in a separate video. So the basics here is you want gear that basically stacks attributes. This is fairly simple to do if you have the correct gear. I'm in SSF, so I don't necessarily have the best gear, so you don't have to copy exactly what I have, but you want attributes to get your omniscience as high as possible. So let's go to POB for the rest of this. So as you see here, your attributes will be whatever class you pick. It will be your starting attributes for that class, and then you'll have an omniscience rating here. Now it will tell you how much you need to equip your gear. So let's go to items and let's start unequipping some stuff here. Let's unequip that, and then you see now it will tell me meet the attribute or now omniscience requirement for the skill gem or items that I'm currently trying to use on this build. So to fix that, you just need a little bit more items or a little bit more omniscience. So my gear is pretty bad, as you can see by the stuff that I'm equipping. Just to show you, it's not hard to make it work, but the more you have, the better it is. So let's go over that. How much omniscience do you want? The penetration value here. So I set my boss on configuration to be a Shaper or Elder Guardian. This is pretty standard for bosses. They have 40-50% to all raise, except for Chaos is normally a bit lower. So that's a pretty standard resistance you can use for all Pinnacle bosses. So this is why it says it's gold raised to 40% in this case. And then it shows that my penetration is -135. That's due to omniscience mainly. And then it means that the effective hit that I do will do 95% more damage than the hit. And that is why this is so powerful, is it because it increases the damage taken. It just doesn't just shave off the 40% resistance the mob has and then makes it take full damage. It can go beyond into the negative, and that's why stacking attributes is super valuable. So just to show you an example of that, just as an unrealistic tree, I'm just picking a lot more attributes here just to show you. Now I have 1,700. You go back to your calculations, you will see now I penetrate 147%, and you can see the combined DPS. It is still low on this build since I don't have good items, but you see every point, like if I click and unclick this 10% int, you see my DPS go up because I penetrate more resistance of the enemy. So the answer as to how much omniscience you need, I would say as much as you can without making you skip out on defenses to make you too squishy, or if you don't have enough accuracy, then obviously drop some attributes. So the reason that accuracy is a little bit of a struggle for this build, let's make myself 95 here. You'll see my hit chance goes to 72%. That's because we only have 32 dexterity, and obviously dexterity increases your accuracy rating. And this is now lost because of the omniscience. So just to show you here, if I go to this amulet, unequip it, you see my hit chance is immediately 100%. All right, so you just need to keep in mind you need to solve that, and that takes a suffix on gear. Or there's some nodes that gives you flat accuracy, because flat accuracy is going to be your major issue. Percentage increase accuracy is not that hard to get on the skill tree. You'll need a suffix for that, and if you want spell suppression, which I do recommend as well. So the next thing that I wanted to show you is how percentage increase attributes work with omniscience. So you do not only have to go for dexterity nodes on the tree if you want the percentage increase dexterity, like in this case. How the percentage increases work with omniscience is it gives you a percentage increase on your omniscience value, not dexterity. So that percentage, 8% increase dexterity, effectively reads 8% increase omniscience. And the same with this utmost might, this effectively reads 8% increase omniscience again. And that enables you to do an anoint like utmost might here. So that makes scaling this a lot easier. Something else to keep in mind, so that you don't fall into this trap. This chess piece, for example, will work. It will give you the 15% increased dexterity here that will apply to your omniscience again. But if you have stuff like this, like 1% increase elemental damage per 10 dexterity, that will not work because your dexterity gets converted to omniscience before it applies to that item. You will not get the benefit of that. So just keep that in mind if you're planning on doing something like that. So that's the basics of this item. Very cool one. Definitely recommend trying it out. I know it's really expensive, but it's a good chase item. You can make a variety of different elemental builds with it. Anything that needs penetration, this will be amazing for. I'll have more videos like this coming out in the future. And like I said, check out my tornado shot semi leveling and early game guide just if you want to just see where we're at. It's more of a build diary, in fact. If you found this video helpful, please consider to support the channel by subscribing and liking this video. And I will see you in the next one.